Ceasefire in Gaza and no ice in Denver. It's 5 and 10 from SkyWatch TV. 5 things you need to know in about 10 minutes for Thursday, July 3rd, 2025. I'm Gilbert. Program note, tomorrow being the 4th of July, Independence Day here in the United States. We'll be taking the day off for the Independence Day holiday and back on Monday. Also, as we're recording this on Thursday morning, the big, beautiful bill, President Trump's signature domestic policy initiative, is still being debated in the House of Representatives. Looks like it's going to pass the House. The president has scheduled a signing ceremony for the Oval Office tomorrow morning, July 4th, which means he's expecting it to pass. It is a bit of sausage. There's a lot of stuff in there to like, a lot to not like, but you take what you can get. It does do some very important things, so we will see tomorrow exactly how all this shakes out as the analysts finally have an opportunity to dig into the bill, all 900 pages of it, and sort out what exactly is in there. They'll use the words of Nancy Pelosi, have to pass the bill so we can find out what's in it. But that looks like that is going to go through. It's all over but the shouting, and there's still a lot of shouting to take place. Item number 5 today, Israel. President Trump Tuesday said he believes that Israel has agreed to terms for a 60-day ceasefire in Gaza. He has warned Hamas to accept those terms because they're not going to get any better. He announced this as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to arrive on Monday for talks with President Trump at the White House. Trump has been increasing pressure on both the Israeli government and on Gaza to bring an end to this war. It remains to be seen how seriously Hamas takes President Trump here, because he's made some pretty specific demands in the past, like release all the hostages immediately. The current terms, as we understand them, would not require Hamas to release any more than 10 immediately. The final 2 living hostages, as far as we know, would not be released until day 50 of this 60-day ceasefire. There are members of Netanyahu's cabinet, including Itamar Ben-Gvir, who's part of the very conservative far-right wing in the coalition, who oppose the deal because they want Hamas absolutely crushed and destroyed. Leaving Hamas with even a shred of its forces intact in the Gaza Strip gives them the opportunity to declare victory, which they would. That's the mindset of, frankly, that's the mindset of Arabs generally, but of Muslims specifically in this conflict. But the war has been tearing Israeli civilization apart. There are those, like a friend of ours, Aaron Lipkin, who's been serving in the reserves now for 600 days. You can only go so long, having been called up to the reserves, away from your job, away from your family, before it starts to fray civilization. It's got an economic impact, a psychological impact on society. And so they need to bring this to some sort of resolution, just so people in the reserves can return to their jobs, return to their homes, return to their families. Having said that, there's an interesting development this Thursday morning reported by I-24 News in Israel that the Saudis, bearing in mind that it was the pan-Arab movement that was really instigated and funded by the Saudis, King Ibn Saud, for whom the Saudis are named, 100 years ago, that really has led to 100 years of armed, violent conflict between Arabs and Jews in that region. The Saudis are saying there will be no normalization of relations with Israel unless Israel finishes the job and ultimately just absolutely destroys Hamas. See, other Arab regimes in the region, Jordan, the Saudis, the Kuwaitis, the UAE, Qatar, they don't want Hamas in their countries anymore. Even though Qatar has been giving sanctuary to the leadership of Hamas, they don't want them active and operating in their territory. Interesting, the Saudis saying, if you want to normalize relations with us, you will finish the job and destroy Hamas. We'll see what happens. Item number 4 today, Ukraine. President Trump also confirming Tuesday that the United States is halting some weapons shipments to Ukraine. This comes after reports over the last couple of years sounding the alarm that U.S. military stockpiles of weapons, ammunition, dropping too low for us to defend ourselves and our troops should armed conflict break out someplace like Eastern Europe or Taiwan. It's unknown exactly which weapons, which ammunition, or in what quantities are being restricted. being driven partly, at least, by the reality that the situation on the ground in Ukraine hasn't changed much since the Biden administration just started funneling billions, tens of billions of dollars worth of munitions to Ukraine. If anything, Russia continues to gain territory. They have pushed Ukrainian forces out of the Kursk region in southern Russia and are now making inroads into northern Ukraine, as well as having captured basically all of the Donbass in eastern Ukraine. No progress in peace negotiations either, sadly, but this could change quickly if Ukraine suddenly starts running out of American weapons. Although our European allies seem bound and determined to keep this war going at all costs. Item number 3 today, USAID. The party is over for the radical leftists who've been using the U.S. Agency for International Development as a slush fund to promote radical left-wing social engineering experiments around the world. Secretary of State Marco Rubio confirmed on Tuesday that USAID shut down effective July 1st. This was posted to the State Department's website. He said USAID has failed to deliver results for Americans, and also said the agency was part of the globe-spanning NGO industrial complex, end quote, funded by American taxpayers. NGOs, non-government organizations, often allegedly nonprofits, again, often promoting radical leftist ideas around the world. Democrats and a union representing foreign service workers have pushed back on this, claiming that cuts to the agency would lead to a reduction in aid to poor countries and a reduction, put lives in danger. In fact, The Lancet, which is a formerly respectable medical journal, peer-reviewed, published in the UK, which disgraced itself during the COVID-19 pandemic, actually published an analysis Monday claiming, quote, 14 million people could die over the next 5 years, end quote, because of the cutback in funding to USAID. 14 million people are going to die. This alleged analysis also claimed that between 2001 and 2021, USAID-funded programs prevented nearly 92 million deaths across 133 countries. By, funding transgender musicals in Paraguay or what? I don't know. Again, according to Rubio, USAID has been pushing anti-American ideas around the world, and not to mention regime change operations is kind of a dirty secret that USAID has been used to do the things that the CIA would not do. Item number 2, the religion that must never be named. I'm not talking about the Jews, I'm talking about Islam. On June 22nd, Muslims murdered 25 Christians, mostly women and children, wounded another 100 inside a church in Syria. This was at the Mar Elias Greek Orthodox Church in Damascus. According to eyewitnesses, 1 or 2 armed men entered the church during Mass, opened fire, and then detonated a bomb belt. Now, the question is this: why hasn't the United Nations condemned this act of Muslim on Christian violence? I think we know the answer to that. It's because it's Muslim on Christian. See, 2 years ago, the UN declared March 15th to be the International Day to Combat Islamophobia. Why? Because on March 15th of 2019, an Australian man entered 2 mosques in New Zealand, opened fire with an automatic weapon, killing 51 and injuring another 40 Muslim worshippers. So, and by the way, that is horrific and absolutely evil, deserves to be condemned. But if one violent incident against Muslims is enough to declare an International Day to Combat Islamophobia, what's it going to take for the UN to declare a day to combat Christianophobia? For example, on Easter Sunday of 2018 on Sri Lanka, Muslim terrorists bombed 3 churches and 3 hotels. 359 people, mostly Christians, killed, more than 500 others injured. Easter Sunday 2014 in Nigeria, Islamic terrorists burned a packed church. 150 Christian worshipers burned alive. Easter Sunday In Pakistan, March 27th, 2016, Islamic terrorists bombed a park where Christians had gathered. More than 70, mostly women and children, were killed. February of this year, in the Republic of Congo, Muslim militants marched 70 Christians into a Protestant church, tied them up, and then decapitated them with knives. In Nigeria, the number of Christians who've been killed by Muslims between July of 2009 and July of 2021, 43,000. 43,000 during that 12-year period. So again, I mean, I could go on. This list is much, much longer. But you get the point. What's it going to take for the United Nations to declare an international day to combat Christianophobia? I'm not going to hold my breath. Coming up, it's ironic but true, no ice in Denver. I'll explain next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can support the ministry of SkyWatchTV in our continued efforts to share the gospel of Jesus Christ throughout the four corners of the world and receive your very own copy of this incredible masterpiece when you order the NDE Conspiracy Special Offer. Not only does this incredible opportunity include Sean Tabbitt's new book, The NDE Conspiracy, Can We Trust Eyewitness Accounts of Heaven, Hell, and the Afterlife, but it also includes Hereafter. It's Far Better Than You Can Imagine by Jonathan Brentner, a best-selling, beautifully written journey into joy, reward, and glory awaiting believers after the rapture. With vivid scriptural insight and stirring hope, it lifts your eyes from life's struggles to the breathtaking reality of heaven, where reunion, celebration, and unimaginable purpose await. If you've ever wondered what comes next, this is the book that will change everything. But that's not all. When you order the NDE Conspiracy Special Offer, you'll also receive Encounters, extraordinary accounts of angelic intervention, and what the Bible actually says about God's messengers by best-selling authors Donna Howell and Allie Anderson. Encounters rips the veil off angelic myths to reveal God's warriors as they truly are. Fierce divine agents on a mission, packed with real stories, biblical insight, and startling truth. It shows how angels are fighting, guiding, and intervening all around you right now. Encounters will change the way you see the unseen realm forever. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of over $60. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can support the ministry of SkyWatchTV and help us continue spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ right now by scanning the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the NDE Conspiracy Special Offer right now.
Item number one today, ice, ice, baby, but not in Denver. Denver City Council has voted unanimously to shut down a highly successful anti-theft auto license plate tracking system. This was not closed down due to concerns about security, privacy, which would be my, first thought. No, it's because the City Council in Denver is concerned that ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, might be able to use the system to deport illegal aliens, people in Denver, in the country, illegally. In May, the City Council refused to renew the contract with a company called Flock for camera monitors at 70 intersections in Denver to screen for car theft. Apparently, this had been very successful, resulted in recovering 170 stolen cars, led to 300 arrests, was even credited with providing key evidence in the investigation of hit and run and murder investigations. But that doesn't matter in Denver because it might actually assist immigrations and customs enforcement. That's all that matters. Police obviously not happy. Car thieves are thrilled. And if this sounds insane to you, just remember, citizens of Denver, your city council voted unanimously to shut down this program. This week on SkyWatch TV, we're talking about near-death experiences. Sean Tabbitt, who's spent years researching this phenomenon. Author of the new book, The NDE Conspiracy, is the guest as Joe Ardis Horn and the Skywatch investigative team discuss and look into this this phenomenon. What do we expect on the other side of the veil? Sean says there may be some hope in the accounts of people who have been clinically dead and remember something from that time when they come back. You can watch the program now at our website, skywatchtv.com. You can also watch it over the air, our broadcast schedule, skywatchtv.com/channels. Now, you can have us broadcast on your schedule by adding the Skywatch TV channel to your smart TV. Google TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV. We got channels for all of those. Go to their app store, find the Skywatch TV channel and add it to your system, and we'll be there when you click the remote. We're also on the internet, youtube.com/youtube.com/@skywatchtelevision. We're also on Rumble, rumble.com/skywatchtv, or you can find us on your smartphone or tablet. All you have to do is add the free Skywatch TV mobile app. We've got apps for iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire devices, and links to those app stores at skywatchtv.com/app. Couple opportunities to meet us from Skywatch TV. Joe Ardis Horn, Sharon, and I will be at the Go Therefore conference in suburban Dayton, Ohio at the end of this month, July 25th and 26th. We'll be there with Pastor Carl Gallups, Dr. Sherry Tenpenny, and many of our other friends. You can attend in person or stream video. In-person attendance, just $59. Streaming video, just $39. But if you buy all access, get both in-person and streaming video, save $10. Find out more and register at gothereforeconference.com. That's gothereforeconference.com. Then in August, pretty much all of us from Skywatch TV will be at the Remnant Rising Conference from Hear the Watchmen. This is August 22nd through 24th in Springfield, Missouri, Southwest Missouri, the heart of the Ozarks. Come and join us here. We'd love to show you why we love living here. Joe Ardis Horn, Donna Howell, Nita Horn, Sharon and me, alongside Mondo de la Vega from the Jim Baker Show, Jamie Walden, Nathan Reynolds, and many others. And you can attend in person. Streaming video now available. You can sign up for streaming video and save $20 on the streaming video by ordering that by July 15th. It's just $39 through the 15th, $49 after July 15th. And if you wait until the conference begins, August 22nd, well, then it's $59 for streaming video. And you can save $20 on your in-person tickets and support Whispering Ponies Ranch at the same time. Just use promo code SKYWATCH20, SKYWATCH20 at checkout, and you get $20 off. And Hear the Watchmen will donate $20 to Whispering Ponies Ranch on your behalf. Again, information and registration at hearthewatchmen.com. That's hearthewatchmen.com. Sharon and I are going to be back in Israel, God willing, in October 19th through 30th of 2025. Our good friend, researcher, lecturer, author Carl Teichgrib, author of Game of Gods, joining us, and we hope you do as well. This is an opportunity to see some of the battlegrounds in this long supernatural war that go back to before Eden. We will take you from north to south, and by south, I mean we're taking to the areas that were attacked on October 7th of 2023, including the Nova Music Festival site, some of the communities there where you can see what it looks like when automatic weapons are fired into private homes. Of course, we'll take you to all the sites you want to visit as well. The Sea of Galilee, the Jordan River, Nazareth, Jesus' base of ministry operations, Capernaum. We will show you the Valley of the Shadow of Death. It's a real place, and we'll tell you why we think so. We will also take you to where we believe Jesus was actually baptized, not the site endorsed by the United Nations near Jericho. No, this is north of the Sea of Galilee. Jerusalem, the Temple Mount, the Mount of Olives, Joshua's altar, and we'll go to Shiloh and see the red heifers as well. This will be a tour like no other, and we encourage you to join us. Please, if you want more information, go to our website, gilberthouse.org/travel, gilberthouse.org/travel. And follow 5 in 10 online. We're on YouTube at 5 in 10. Subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications. Hit that like button. Leave your comments below. You can follow us on X as well. X, formerly Twitter, at 5_in_10. And again, tomorrow being July 4th, the Independence Day holiday here in the U.S., We will be off and returning Monday. Until then, thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from SkyWatch TV.